Hi guys, it's Chantel with Wildberry Quilting, and today we are doing block 3 of the Barnstar Quilt sew along. All right, this is going to be the block that we are working on today, and it's called the Carpenter Star. So let's get started. All right, so our first step is to take our A pieces and our B pieces, and we're going to pull out 4 of them to make a single block, or 8 if you are making the 2 blocks that it takes to make the full-size quilt that I'm doing. When I say full-size quilt, I'm meaning the entire size quilt, not full-size as in like a full-size bed. I don't even remember what size quilt this actually ends up being, so off we go. Okay, so now we have these all pressed and we've got our C blocks, and we are going to be adding those to the top like this. Yeah, I've been quite pleased though being able to use up some of my fabrics that have just been hanging around for a while. And I'm really excited to see how the finished quilt is going to turn out, because it'll be cool since these are clearly fabrics I really liked that did not get tossed, or not so much tossed, or donated is more the correct word, when I went through and purged my closet. So it's really going to be a lot of fun to see how this actually looks in the end. Oh my goodness, my tummy's growling. I don't know if you could hear that on camera. I hope not. All right, so now we're getting into a little bit more confusing territory. We need our D pieces, which are these ones, our B pieces, and our A pieces. And we are going to be sewing these. Let me pull off one of each. Well, we're going to actually be sewing 4. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to make 4 units of this going in one direction, and then we are going to make 4 units of it going in the reverse direction, so like it's a mirror. So we're going to pull out 4 of both of them to begin with. Well, 8, because we're doing this for 2 blocks, remember. Unless you're not, in which case you just want to stick with what I said at first. Oops. Don't want to lose my alphabetty, then I won't know what this is. So, and I might have a few extra pieces of some of these, so don't get worried if this uses up all of your pieces on some of these, because I just cut a bunch extra. Why? Because I had the fabric already cut to the width, and I thought, oh, I might as well just finish cutting. All right, so now we have our D pieces, and we want to pull out 8 of these. All right, so these are going to all be the same way that we're doing them. And that is going to look like one of these sewn like this, and then one of these is going to be sewn like this. And then once we get done with this one, we're going to do the same thing but reversed. All right, so now we have this unit and we are going to attach our A piece and we're going to sew it right here at a diagonal. So it will look like this when we open it up. So you may have noticed that in the middle of August, I stopped posting for a while. And that was because we had school start back. And that is a really, really busy time for us here. So I just did not have the time to post or record or anything else. All right, so this is what our finished unit looks like. And we are going to do the exact same thing except for reversed. And instead of putting our piece in the corner here, we will put it in the corner over here. And then we will sew like this. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now we are taking these blocks right here, and we are attaching them to these blocks, which look like this. Now remember, you do have two reversed blocks. These ones we will be using in a moment. They're going to go on the bottom. First, we need these ones. Okay, so now we're taking these blocks and we are attaching our E blocks to the side of them, like this. And we want it to be attached to this darker triangle side, and the lighter side's over here. So now we have these units and these units, and we are going to sew them together like this. All right, so for our G, F, and H pieces, I did not cut these down into triangles as the pattern directed. Instead, I am going to sew these together as half square triangles. And then I will sew them again as other half square triangles. So my two H blocks, my two H pieces will end up sewing together with my G's, and my F's will also sew together with my G's as half square triangles. And then I'm going to take those cut down double half square triangles and I'm going to sew them together as hourglass pieces. So let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to sew a 1/4 of an inch onto either side, just like you normally would when you're making 2 at a time half square triangles. Okay, so I made these into half square triangles and cut and pressed them. So now I'm just going to take these 2 half square triangles and lay them both going like this, so that once I've sewn them together, I will have my hourglass pieces, or quarter square triangles, or whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to line them up, trying to keep these nested into each other. I did not bother trimming these down because I will do that after I have finished creating them. All right, now I have my J and my I blocks, and I am going to snowball either side of my J blocks using my I blocks. I pieces and J pieces. Oh my goodness. I'm going to call everything a block today, I guess. All right, so now we have this unit and this unit, and we are going to be attaching them like this. And this one is probably going to be a little bit more challenging just because we've got a little bit of a hump to get over here, but take it slow when you're getting started. It should be okay. So now we have our K pieces and the remainder of our I pieces. And we are going to snowball K with I. As you can see, I just did either side. That way I can go ahead and trim this up and press it, and then come back and get these 2 sides. And the reason being is that there will be some overlap there. So you can't just sew it directly onto there until you have trimmed it. So do opposite sides and you'll save yourself a little bit of time pressing. All right, now we have 8 of these units. We are going to separate 4 of them and use them right now. We also have 8 of these units, and we are going to separate out 4 and use them. And we are just going to attach these together like this. And you can do this with all 4 of the ones that we have set aside. All 4 of each of the blocks that we've set aside. Units. All right, so now we have these unit pieces, and we are going to take the other 4 that we have like this, and we're going to attach them so that they will be like this. All right, so now we have 4 of these units and 2 of these units. And we are going to be attaching them going like this. So now we have our rows all sewn together. Now we just need to join them and we'll be done. All right, let's go take a look at it and see our finished block. All right, guys, so this is our finished block, and I think it came out just so beautiful, which I think I say every time, but I still love it. I love it every time, I think. All of these blocks are just gorgeous. And then the second block, which also I think came out very nicely. And these are just kind of going in all different directions. So I guess there isn't really a right way up as far as that goes. All right, guys. So that's our finished Barnstar quilt for block 3. If you enjoyed this, please remember to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time for Barnstar block 4. All right. See you later. Bye.